Hello everyone and welcome back to ZK1 Plays, where today we're going to be talking about probably the strongest Pokemon introduced in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and that is Gholdengo. How do you use this Pokemon? Let's get into it.
ZK1 Plays.
Alright, so Gholdengo is a very rare Pokemon. It's kind of hard to find. Took me forever to get my own Gholdengo, but he is very, very strong, as you can see. And so let's get into why that is. First of all, his stat spread is just really good. 133 base special attack is stronger than Gengar, stronger than Alakazam, the base Alakazam, I think. But anyway, it's in that range of very strong elite special attackers. Its defenses at 95s are actually pretty good, and its HP is decent at the 90 range as well. Now, attack stat, not so great, but it doesn't even need it or use it, and its speed stat is kind of middling, but can be taken advantage of with things like Tailwind or Sticky Webs or something like that to give it the advantage. So stat-wise, the Pokemon holds up pretty well, but there's a whole lot more to why this Pokemon is strong. First, let's look at its resistances. It's immune to 3 different typings. That's part of it. It's resistant to 9. That means it's only hit neutrally by 2, which is incredible. Most Pokemon have the majority of their typings as neutral hits, whereas this Pokemon, the majority is resistances. Very, very good typing in Steel and Ghost. We know that from Aegislash, right? Now, here's its move set, which again includes some pretty banging moves like Nasty Plot, Make It Rain, a new move just for this guy, 120 base power, and the only downside is that it lowers your special attack by 1 stage after you use this move. But I mean, it gets Recover, Substitute, Metal Sound like you could use in raids. It's an incredible Pokemon just from the top to the bottom. And that's not even getting into the thing that makes it truly broken, and that is its ability, which I don't see listed here. It might be up at the top. But Gholdengo's ability is called Good as Gold. Good as Gold is an ability that makes you immune. You heard that right, immune to most status moves. Gholdengo cannot get Thunder Waved. He cannot get Poisoned, which that doesn't matter because he's a Steel type. He cannot be Spored. He cannot be Encored. Any of those things fail against Gholdengo. That's broken in and of itself. Even if the Pokemon that had that ability didn't have this stat spread and this move pool, that would still be a good Pokemon just at a base level. I mean, look at Garganacl, who has a good stat spread, but his ability, Purifying Salt, making him unable to be status, is boosting him into the top tier of every competitive format that he's in right now. Gholdengo is very similar. He's at the top tier a lot due to this ability, which is incredibly broken. And we're going to get into some more details about why that's broken here in just a minute. So now let's shift over to Showdown, where I'm going to show you a singles set for Gholdengo and a doubles set. This is an example of a Gholdengo singles moveset. This is using the OU tier, but you could also use it even in like singles on the Battle Stadium singles. But Make It Rain, Nasty Plot, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt can be replaced by pretty much any other coverage move. You could run Dazzling Gleam. You could run Focus Blast. You could even run something like Power Gem. I've seen people run. Very, very good move pool, so there's so many things to choose from. Nasty Plot allows me to set up, and Life Orb plus Nasty Plot makes most of these moves a one-shot, depending on if you can outspeed, which is why I run Masquerain on this team as well. But I'll get into the team here in a minute. Now, why is Gholdengo so good in singles? You might say, well, I've seen him used in doubles, but what makes him so terrifying in singles? Well, there's a couple of reasons. A couple of things that are very popular in singles play that have a lot to do with the meta are hazards, such as Stealth Rock, right? Or even Sticky Webs, which is a hazard of its own. And the ability to get rid of hazards using moves like Defog, which I don't have a Defogger on this team, but also using moves like Rapid Spin. Well, Rapid Spin doesn't work against Gholdengo because he's a Ghost type, and Defog doesn't work because Good as Gold blocks status moves, making Gholdengo maybe the first Pokemon in history that cannot be removed hazards against, period. Like, you cannot Defog, you cannot do anything. The only catch to this is Cinderace's Court Change move, but that thing is, it's kind of specific. They have to be running Cinderace to get rid of hazards. And if they are, then you know what they're going to do. So, Gholdengo, making it impossible for the opposing team to Rapid Spin or Defog. is a broken thing in itself. But also, you can switch into Thunder Waves, you can switch into Spores, you can switch into anything that might catch a Pokemon off kilter, right? Again, any of these status moves that are very popular. Even Trick cannot be used against Gholdengo. So, super interesting in how it all works out. So there's a couple different ways you can run Gholdengo in singles. Like I am, you could run him as a nasty plot setup. You could also change out the extra coverage move for something like Substitute, making your setup that much more guaranteed, right? The other thing you could do is you could run a Choice Scarf set and change out Nasty Plot for another attacking move, making it where Gholdengo can actually outspeed some of the fastest mons in the format with the Choice Scarf, so that's pretty cool. You can also run Choice Specs with 4 attacking moves. All of these different sets are viable. Not only that, all of these different sets are good. That makes this Pokemon especially good because not only is it a good Pokemon, but also you do not know what it's going to be running whenever you go up against it on the ladder. Like, it could come into a battle with a Scarf or a Specs or a Life Orb. There's so many different variants of this Pokemon, which automatically make it pretty good. Now, let's look at how to use this Pokemon in doubles. And you know, as I said before, it is definitely a threat in singles, but where it has found just a ton of success so far is, of course, in doubles. Good as Gold is just as good of an ability in doubles as it is in singles. Thunder Wave, Spore are very common moves in doubles, so that makes it very good as well. Make It Rain is even better in doubles because Make It Rain is able to hit both opponents instead of just one. So let's see, Shadow Ball, Make It Rain, you know, Power Gem, and maybe Flash Cannon. There's a bunch of different sets that have been running around, but basically the Specs Gholdengo was like the go-to Pokemon for the beginning of the series, especially when paired with, say, I think it was Murkrow. Let me see if I can find Murkrow on here. And here's why. Murkrow sets up a Tailwind with priority, and whenever he gets his priority Tailwind off, you're able to immediately use your Make It Rain faster than most of the other Pokemon on the field. Also, Murkrow gets access to Haze, which Haze clears your stat changes. So you use Tailwind and Make It Rain, and you do a ton of damage. Well, then you use Haze and Make It Rain, which clears the downside of Make It Rain, which lowers your special attack. And so Murkrow Gholdengo was just an outstanding duo in the first series. Now, Gholdengo pairs well with even more Pokemon, such as Iron Hands in Series 2, where Iron Hands is able to apply Fake Out Pressure, and it's also able to be in Trick Room or support Gholdengo as a mainstay. Also, it covers some of the same things that Gholdengo is weak against, like Dark types, like heavy-duty water types, right? So Iron Hands and Gholdengo are a good pair in the new format as well. Gholdengo is not going to go anywhere, I don't think. I could see Gholdengo even being useful in the restricted formats that are to come when legendary Pokemon are even in the mix as well. And so very excited to see where this Pokemon goes, but you can either run Choice Specs, like I said, a very popular set, but also recently we've even seen Life Orb sets. We've seen sets that maybe run a Berry, different sets, and of course those would be running Nasty Plot and Protect over some of these coverage options. But once again, I mean, there's just not much way that you can go wrong with this Pokemon because, again, Good as Gold is an incredible ability. Its stats are very good, and you're hitting very hard in a lot of ways. And so, yeah, I'm not going to show you any doubles gameplay today, but pretty much anywhere you go, you can find Gholdengo on a team because it is one of the most used, if not the most used Pokemon in the entire generation so far. So this is the part of the video where I typically show you a battle, and so I'm going to show you a battle a little bit differently today. Instead of with the commentary and the slow-mo, I'm actually going to just show you a replay of a battle and let you experience it kind of in fast motion, and then we'll end the video. But thank you so much for checking out my videos, and it really means the world to me. We're almost at 200 subscribers, which is just blowing my mind a little bit because I think it was a month and a half ago I was at 30, and yeah, I'm just so blessed, and I appreciate you guys for giving me the attention that you're giving me. And so please comment down below what you want to see more of. More shiny guides, more of this kind of like how to use certain Pokemon guides, or I can even get into covering some other games, which I'm planning on doing when Hogwarts Legacy releases in the next couple of weeks. And so thank you guys again so much for everything, and we look forward to the next video. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of this battle. Peace out.